So as you create content for your blog and for your website, how do you know what is the best content to create? How do you know how to create content that people are actually searching for on Google? Creating content, there's so many benefits, but one of the big ones definitely has to be SEO, search engine optimization, helping you rank higher on Google. So we want to make sure that when you create content for your blog, you create content that people are actually going to be looking for so you can rank for that search term. So if you have a look at your blog, one of the things I'd like you to do is have a look at the titles of your blog, because the title is one of the most important things that Google looks at in your blog to determine if it should rank for keywords within that title. So for example, what is a landing page and how can accounting firms use them successfully? That is something that accountants could type in. They could type in, things related to landing pages, or how to use landing pages, or what is a landing page, or what is a landing page for accountants, or a good example landing pages for accountants. There's so many related terms that people could be searching for. And if you scroll through the rest of the articles on for example, the Profitable Firm, or even on your blog, you'll get an indication as to what kind of things people, or at least what kind of things you're targeting in Google and in search engines in order to find more people. So what I want you to do is, I don't want you to just guess what would be a good title. I want you to do some research and find out what would be the best title. So one of the ways you can do that, I'm going to share with you 2 ways you can do that. One of the 3 ways you can do that is by using this keyword tool here called keyword.io. So if you type in any keyword, let's just do zero accounting. You can choose your location here, or just leave it on the United States. So let's see what comes up if I type in zero accounting. But essentially, you would type in any keyword related to your niche, related to your industry, maybe related to those that you're targeting, or maybe related to the piece of content that you want to create. Maybe you have an idea of what to create, but you don't actually know yet what you should put in there. Let me just click on no thanks. I don't want an account right now. So let me just wait for that to load. So if we scroll down, we can see there have been 353 keywords that you could potentially use, right? So if you look at some of them, you'll see that some of them are actually questions. So there's problems with Xero accounting software. So you could do an article on the top 5 problems with the Xero accounting software and with the solution, There's ones about courses, so that actually shows there could be people looking for courses. How safe is Xero accounting? That's another one that you could use. How much is Xero accounting? There's quite a few on cost and pricing, so that's good for you to keep in mind. How does Xero accounting work? Literally, there's hundreds of different things that you can do, or articles that you can create about Xero accounting. And Xero accounting is just one thing. There's so many more things that you can do, so many more keywords that you can type to get some ideas. Okay, so just before we move on to the paid keyword research tool, there is one more tool actually that is free, keywordtool.io. Same kind of thing. You can also search for different keywords on this tool, and it has similar results to the other one, but it sometimes does display new ideas. So if you run out of ideas on the other one, you can use this one, and vice versa. The other tool I wanted to show you, and I love this tool, this is a tool called Keyword Finder, kwfinder.com. So let's just go to the app and show you what it's like. Now, this is a paid tool. I can't remember from the top of my head how much it costs. I think it's like $20 or $30 a month, something like that. But it allows you to get a lot more data from what you're typing in. So if I was to do Xero accountants, and by the way, there's a few different options. It can give me suggestions. It can give me what people would type in after Xero accountants. And it can give me questions around Xero accountants. So I'm actually just going to choose questions to show you what that looks like. So the 2 questions that show up here are how much is Xero for accountants, and how much does Xero cost for accountants. So this gives me a very good indication that these questions will be good to target. So notice how the other free tool actually had a lot more options, but that's because that tool doesn't sort of organize anything. It just puts the questions under all one category. So if I went to suggestions, I'm pretty sure there'll be more questions in here, but for some reason it's only showing up in here as these are the questions, maybe because it uses the word how. So that's why it's sort of, I guess, indicating it's a question. But The great thing that I love about this tool isn't so much, that it tells me what people could be typing in, because the free tool does that anyway. But this tool actually tells me how easy or difficult it would be to rank for any given term. So, for example, how much is zero for accountants is a very easy to rank for term. So that means if right now you created a blog post with the title, how much is zero for accountants, there's a very high chance that you would rank quite high up on Google, if not on the first page for that term, because there's not a lot of competition for that. Now, obviously, you need to make sure you have a search engine friendly website, and there's hundreds of other factors that would affect how well you rank, but all things being considered, this is going to be one of the easy ones to rank for, assuming you're already producing lots of content and so on. So what you want to do is look for the quick wins. They're great things to target. So let's just click on suggestions, see what else comes up on here. So here we have a lot more different ideas for things that you could potentially write about. And as you can see, it also has the difficulty score. So I like looking at the difficulty score, and it just gives you an idea how easy or how hard it will be to rank. So anything which is like this yellowish color will be around the medium level. So it is possible. It will take a bit of work, but it is possible. Then the darker the color, the more difficult it gets. So this one is a bit more difficult. But essentially, it just gives you lots of ideas on topics to talk about. It also gives you the search volume, but just keep in mind that the search volume is always going to be much lower than what it... the search volume is going to be much higher in real life than what it is here. So here it's always going to be lower. Sometimes it will say there is no search volume, when that's not true. There is a search volume. So this is a rough indication, and it's always very conservative. Something else that would indicate that this is a good keyword that converts well is the cost per click. If it has a high cost per click, this means people are paying to appear on Google for this term, and usually that's an indication that this actually converts very well. Otherwise, why else would they be paying $12.14 per click if it wasn't converting very well? So this just gives you a rough indication how well, if you rank for these terms, you will get new clients coming to you. So again, very important to keep in mind. The main thing that I just use this tool for, though, is just to think of ideas of topics to write about, to see how hard or easy it will be to rank for that given topic. And really, it's a way of brainstorming ideas, see what you should actually call your blog post. And maybe if you don't yet have a name, this can give you an indication as to what keywords you should include in the title of your blog post to rank for that. So hopefully that helps with helping you actually research what topic titles your blog content should be on about and what keywords you should include in there. So as I mentioned, just as a summary, you can use keywordtool.io just to find some ideas on what people are searching for. You can also use keywordfinder.com to do the same thing. The main difference is that this is free. Keywordfinder.com is a paid tool, but it gives you a bit more information, such as the difficulty, search volume, and so on.